जय जय राम ओम। श्री राम जय राम 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 जय जय राम ओम। Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. You're trying that one. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
I think you can start soon. You can start. When it is ready, then
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Chanting the password to connect to divine being. Every time we have to remind ourselves that chanting is the password to enter. That will give us some idea. No? Chanting of God's name is the mainstay of Anandash. However, the chanting should be done with the right background of the mind and with love and faith. Virat Swami Ramdas has time and again touched upon this theme during his Satsang. A few messages from these sessions have been extracted and brought out in this small booklet. On the occasion of the beginning of the year 2020, let us all try to assimilate Prabhupada's teachings on the subject and progress fast in our spiritual journey. Japa Yoga. Devotee, I should like to hear from Swamiji more about Japa Yoga, about the conditions of Japa Yoga. Hari Om. There was some problem with the internet. You cannot hear now. Can you hear now?
Hari Om.
Hari Om, no Swamiji, we are not able to hear properly.
You are not able to hear properly.
1 second.
Quick heal, that is different. The camera question. Hello.
Hello.
But they are not hearing now.
Hari Om, you are able to hear, ma? Hari Om.
Hari Om, yes, yes.
Darshan is not there.
And
Video is not. Video is.
Yes, we can hear properly.
They are hearing. That is enough.
Audio is clear.
audio is clear now. That is enough. Message is important, not the messenger.
And you want your darshan also.
Close your eyes, I am there before you.
Video is clear.
Eh?
Video is clear. Video is clear.
Audio and video is clear. We can see Swamiji.
We can see.
Yeah.
Swami.
We can see.
Otherwise, just close your eyes, then I am there.
Yes, Swamiji.
Japa Yoga. So devotee asks, we are again going through from the first. I should like to hear from Swamiji more about Japa Yoga. janmavichcheda, pakaaro paapanashanaha, janmakarmaharo yasmaat, tasmaat iti smrta. Meaning, the letter Ja in Japa stands for that which puts an end to the cycle of birth and death. And the letter Pa stands for that which removes or destroys all impurities and obstructions. Therefore, Japa is an indirect means for liberation, moksha. This was Swami Dayanji Maharaj had written. That is why it's called the password. No? But with that bhavana we should chant. That's a routine. The chief condition necessary for Japa Yoga is a keen aspiration to know and realize God. Time and again, Papa keeps on emphasizing that it should not be for anything else. To remember Him, to remember Him, to remember Him. By so doing, he will thoroughly purify his mind and make it transparent. You know, there are three: opaque, translucent, transparent. When it is full of dirt, full of, say, black color, for example, opaque, nothing will be known. We will not be able to see what is on the other side. When you see a ground glass, some light will be there, but you are not clear. Object will not be clear, translucent. When it is a plain glass, transparent, nothing is there. So our mind has to, probably many of us are having opaque mind or translucent mind, but it should become transparent. So the japa, when done with the proper mental perspective, attitude, enables the dirt to go and it becomes transparent. Transparent means there is nothing else blocking there. The reality, whose name we are chanting, is clearly seen, is clearly understood, realized. That example is very, very nice. Opaqueness, translucent nature, and transparent nature. So our mind should become transparent, then only. So for that purpose we are chanting, taking two parts. So by so doing, he will thoroughly purify his mind, who is the chanter, and make it transparent so that God within him shine forth and absorb him into his all-pervading, all-transcendent being of splendor, peace, power, wisdom. So this is something on which you have to apply your mind. Splendor, your effulgence. Brilliance. Peace. Though everybody may not be able to define peace, everybody knows peace. We all say, ultimately we need peace of mind. We have some idea about peace. The tranquil state where there are absolutely no disturbance, no anxieties, no uncertainties, contentment, fullness, completeness, stillness, whatever we call it. Peace, power, in the form of life force, in the form of creativity, in the form of intelligence, all these are the forms of power. Wisdom. Jnana, bodham, awareness, consciousness. So, Papa is giving us something approximating to the reality, such of the words which are easy for us to understand. Through that words, he is trying to convey to us. So the mind at the moment, we are not aware of all these things because the mind is full of that. It does not become transparent. Just like when there is dirt accumulated for years together, we apply some soap, something like that. Again we clean it, even when on spectacles, sometimes. Then we do some cleaning, is it not? Otherwise it may not be very clear. Object is there, but the medium through which we see the object is not clear. So every now and then we take it, use something by which it is removed. The japa should enable us to do that. How will we do that? Each one has to bring it out now. How does this purificatory process start? Japa is done exclusively for, number one, exclusively for God remembrance. That is the precondition. What are the preconditions? That was the question asked. Exclusively for. And then, when we take to that with that bhavana, what is it that prevents me from not enjoying it, not knowing this is impurity. So the impurities will be gradually removed if we chant with that perspective, and then it becomes transparent. When it becomes transparent, how do I feel? How do I feel that the purity has been attained? How do I feel that it has become transparent? These are some of the words. Splendor, peace, power, wisdom. We can add many things. He is the pulsating, motivating, activating power. Not only in me, in everywhere. He is the intelligence absolute because of which I enjoy all my creature comforts. He is the intelligence, the wisdom absolute because of which I know the Mother Nature is spread before me. And she is facilitating me to take out what is needed for my basic existence. So how the japa helps us to remember him, So he is the splendor, he is the power, he is the peace, wisdom. So this is the preparatory stage before we take up Japa. So a keen aspiration to realize God is the only necessary condition. From there we move to the second. Many times we have heard, so we may feel why we have only heard. Unfortunately, we have not gone with the words, we have not travelled with the words. Japa serves as an aid for concentration, where the mind contemplates upon its attributes. Japa is of four kinds. So here also he said, the Jakaaro, the letter Ja stands for that which puts an end to the cycle of birth and death. Jakaaro janmavichcheda. Pakaaro paapanashanaha. Pa stands for that which removes or destroys all impurities and obstructions. That is how the word Japa has been derived. Janmakarmaharo yasmaat. Tasmaat Japa is. Therefore, Japa is an indirect means for liberation moksha. Janmakarmaharo. I am freed from the bondages of karma, from the cycle of birth and death. Because it removes all these things. Frees. That is called liberation. No? Janma karma haro yasma tasmaat japa is. So every time when I do japa, suppose this word comes, sloga I may forget, but I know Japa. Ja is to free me from the cycle of birth and death. Janmakarmaharo. See, we all know that we have got this human birth because of our karma. This body we got because of our karma, which is made up of 5 elements, and my karma put together has given me this body. Panchendriya mahabhutam sambhavam karma sanchitam shariram sukadukhanam bhoga ayatanam uchchate. This is how I got the body. I should be free. Right? And what have been I do? Today I will be laughing, yesterday I will be crying. Today I am gaining, yesterday I am losing. Today I am highly peaceful, yesterday I am highly restless. Everything is transient, everything is coming and going. So then I feel enough is enough. I would like to be, when I see the Mahatmas who have enjoyed the, who have scaled the heights, they are always in a blissful state. In our case, the moment we look at Papa's photo, we understand what is called bliss. We don't need any other dictionary to know that. That fullness. It's not happiness, bliss. Happiness you can say, unhappiness, opposite is happiness. There is no opposite to bliss. So blissful, blissful. So I would like to be that. No? I want that. First I would like to be, then I want that, then I aspire for that, then I only want that. No? By my close association with Mahatmas, they inspire us to reach that stage. So then I start. And that is how then I am given the initiation. And also the code of conduct. Throughout the waking state we may not be able to chant, because we have also been given various activities, various commitments, various responsibilities, so many things are there. Body demands, mind demands, indirect demands, society demands, situation demands, objects demands. So in the midst of all these things, it may not be good. So some code of conduct, while handling men and matters, situations, these are the things you have to do. So doing non-chanting time, I try to observe, and then I try to improve the quality in my japa. Now, how to improve the quality in japa? First of all, he lists out there are 4 types of chanting. We can choose. First is chanting of God's name loudly and hearing the sweet music that comes from it. This I think everybody knows it. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Not only we chant, we hear, we enjoy that music. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Second one, chanting God's name silently with the movement of lips and tongue, while mentally hearing the chanting, although the voice will not be audible. After sufficiently practicing it with the vocal, next Papa suggests is the silent chanting. But the first chanting also, he said, you should hear your own chanting. This not merely chanting. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. This hearing the chanting helps us to get concentrated on the Jakaaro and pakaaro, all those explanations will be there. Only when we concentrate, ensure that the mind does not go out. The mind can at the same time attend to so many activities. That is the nature of the mind. We all know that. In the Vyavahara, it helps us. We are doing something, somebody telephones, and then we answer, at the same time we write. So many. Multivarious activities, mind is doing it, and we need that also. So here, no, it should be absolutely one point. How to make it one point? I must hear my own chanting. So in the second one, the sound will not come. Lip and tongue will move. But I must hear my own chanting. The moment we start thinking about why did he introduce this silent chanting, then we slowly realize from the grosser to the subtler level we are going. So when you hear the sound from outside, it is the gross form. When that sound is not coming, at the same time the mind has not been disciplined. So you need one more activity along with it. That is the movement of the lip and tongue, but still subtler than the first one. So by constant practice of the first one, we can move to the second one. It becomes clear. And then the third one, again subtlest. Chanting God's name mentally, this is purely a mental process. Lips or tongues do not move. Here also voice will not be audible. That means what we have trained during our vocal chanting, during our silent chanting, we are trying to practice in the mental chanting, removing the sound and the movement of the lip and the tongue. Absolute concentration is necessary. advantage of this mental chanting are so many advantages. One easily understandable advantage is we can do it at any place. And nobody will know. We will not be a disturbance to anybody. That means during the pause moments, we can do this. So first one is vocal and we should hear. Second one is there won't be any vocal, but at the same time lip and tongue will move, but we should hear. Third one is no vocal, no movement of lip and tongue, at the same time we should chant, we should hear. And the fourth one is ajapajapa. The last is what is called ajapajapa. God's name is repeated with the incoming and outgoing breath. When mingled with breathing, the japa becomes automatic without any effort whatsoever. There, practically we found it difficult with this long japa. If it is Ram, okay. Otherwise, when we inhale, to bring all the Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, and to exhale once or twice or thrice it might be possible. Then we don't know whether it is possible. Each one has to try. But at the same time, suppose one O, Ram. That is left everybody. This japa is possible only after a long and constant verbal japa, and when the mind is completely absorbed in thought. Straight away hearing we cannot do it. Simple. So it is a process where we reach our efforts on the three lines, and finally the mental chanting. From this we understand what Papa means is it will ultimately enable us to get this ajapajapa. Anyway, that is technical, we will leave it. To still the mind. Now, what is the purpose of chanting? To know the core of our being. Transparent, he made a mention about transparency. What is there will be easily seen, observed, experienced, realized. What is that core? So he said peace, splendor, power, wisdom. All these things, they are still words. But all those expressions will come when realized people confirm it as nishchala, stillness. So then we come to know the purpose of chanting is to make the mind still. The stillness. So to still the mind, we have to systematically train our mind to go along with it. To achieve this, 4 methods for controlling the mind have been suggested. So what should go along with the japa to make it more effective? Quality time. How to ensure? First is concentration on the sound. Sound of the name. Second is concentration on some form or light. If it's not that, all these things are, if one is not possible, the other we can try. We can concentrate on the sound. First, 3 types, 4 types of chanting. What for it is? First is an intense aspiration to realize him, to know him, to feel him. And what is he? Some words have been given: splendor, peace, power, wisdom. These are their own words. But one easy word to understand all those things is stillness. Quietude, calmness, peace, that's what peace. So that is what is going to be the ultimate gain. But when I chant, the mind goes here and there. So another method he has suggested is you concentrate on the sound. Second is, no, that is not possible now. Then he says concentrate on some form or light. Form of your Ishta, form of your Guru. Form of light, brilliance. Says the sun. That is also not possible. Bringing in the God dimension to wherever the mind wanders. That is identifying everything with God. The same stillness is there in everybody. The same power is there in anything and everything. That is why the object is like that, the person is like that, the situation is like that. I can try that. That is also not possible. Lastly, trying to be the witness of the mind. Let it go anywhere, let it do whatever it likes, but you are witnessing. By watching the mind, we detach ourselves from the mind and become the witness of the mind. As we begin to watch the mind, it will gradually cease to be. The mind will not be there. The witness or awareness alone remains. So in this, not only 4 types of japa, 4 types of mind control, and also the final one, Sarvadi Sakshi. Witnessing. So these are all some points Papa is giving us through various lectures. It is not given in a, what you call, chronologically. We have culled out from various books. But it need not be in the chronological form. For a sadhaka, we are chanting, we are trying to control our mind. We would have failed. But we are trying to control the mind. We have a fair knowledge of what is the ultimately scale. All those things our Guru has given us. So this is a reminder. So that we again, I forgot. Just like that we have to keep on doing this. And in the next he says, chanting for exclusive remembrance. Devotee asks, what is the sense in constantly repeating the name of God, as every religion asks us to do? How can it succeed if we do nothing and ask for nothing? Simply chant. Because our intellect says, we have to do something, I have to plant something. I have to take a pit. I have to bring the manure. I have to bring the mulches. Simply it should grow. Will it grow? This is what my intellect says. Should I not do anything? This lip level chanting, how can it succeed if we do nothing and ask for nothing? Baba answers, By constantly repeating the name of God who resides in your heart, gradually we become conscious of Him. But He is the one who is making me to chant. That is the purpose. So we are doing. We are doing in the sense, it is an inward journey. It is not an outer journey. In outer journey, as the body should work, mind should work, indirect should work, objects should cooperate, situation should be conducive. Yes, all those things are necessary. But this is purely an inward journey. Inward journey, the only thing is we have to remove the obstacles. We have to make it transparent. Because originally it is there. We don't have to. We are not gaining anything. Today we plan something. It's a new development, new activity. But here it is not like that, nothing new. We are trying to know our own true nature, which is being now blurred by or covered by my impurities, and I am trying to remove it. We should be very clear about it. So inward journey and outward journey. Through chanting, we are trying to take to an inward journey where we try to purify, the result of which that we become aware of the power which makes me to say these words. The power which makes us to say chanting, which makes us to do the chanting. That consciousness purifies our heart, fills our mind and senses with a strange and powerful light of the divine, which eradicates all the low desires lurking within us. This is from his experience Papa is sharing to us. Everybody has got this, However much we progress, still the residue of the old baggage will be there. It will be lacking, even we may not know. Under particular circumstances, it just comes out and we become a victim to it. We get enslaved. We become subservient. So here Papa assures that when we do that, this will gradually remove that dirt which is lying dormant in the soul. Ultimately, we become perfectly conscious that God is dwelling within us. Me and mine is not there. By the way, we always say, purity means, we can take it, that it is the me and mine. Final diagnosis is me and mine. So when the me and mine is not there, only He is there. So we become perfectly conscious that God is dwelling within us. This is the greatest gain. By such remembrance, we become aware of His light and His power within us. By such remembrance, we become aware of His light and His power within us. At the moment, we are only thinking about our power and our this thing. Actually, we draw it from Him only. Because we don't know that we are drawing it from Him, we don't get any abiding happiness, abiding sin, nothing like that. Our life is always ups and downs like a pendulum. But we want that steady, blissful state. So ultimately we become perfectly conscious that God is dwelling within us. This is the greatest gain. The question was, what is the sense in constantly repeating the name of God without doing anything outside? So here it is very clear that it is to remove the impurity that is me and mine, so that we suddenly come to know that all these words are being spoken through me. He is there in the form of the life power. life force. If that life power is not there, I am a dead body. Through my equipment it comes out. And if my equipment is pure, what comes out will be pure godliness. If it is not pure, it becomes distorted, the me and mine again is reflected. So this inward journey helps us to reflect more and more on it, and so that our japa becomes quality oriented, not quantity oriented. And then we move again from intellectual acceptance to experience. Devotee, when we repeat the name of God, should we do it with the sense that we are going nearer to Him? Or should we do so in a sense of unity with God, unity with the world? Or should we do so in an attitude of surrender to God? Or should we unite all the three? What are the three? Whether we are moving nearer to God, whether we are becoming one with God, one with the world, whether we are surrendered away to God. These are all, indirect keeps on asking these questions. So Papa says, Ramdas has already said that when we are repeating the name of God, we must be conscious that we are repeating the name of one who is within us, who is our true being and existence. Intellectually, first we know it should become an experiential thing. Ramdas has already said that when we are repeating the name of God, we must be conscious that we are repeating the name of one who is within us, who is our true being and existence. We must keep this central fact in our mind when taking His name, that He is within us and that is our true being. He is within us and that is our true being. Then the practice will gradually make us aware of His existence within us. We chant, we try, we succeed, again we fail, we try, we succeed, we fail, again we try, it goes on, perseverance. And then this is gradually, the practice will make us aware of His presence within us. At the beginning we are not aware of this, but we intellectually accept the idea that God dwells within us and we take His name. The association with Him is there mentally, and it grows into an experience when we actually feel His presence by constantly hammering into the mind that God whom we aspire to is within us and that the name we repeat is His name. The association with Him is there mentally, and it grows into an experience. Then we have to practice, Hearing is not practice. So what is should we practice? First we chant. Then we keep on hammering. We are chanting the name of one who is within me. Then again intellectually I keep on hammering. Second one. That is my true being. And third one, I am chanting the name of one whose name I am chanting. I am chanting the name of one whose name I am chanting. Same word, but repeat, to emphasize. First we thought, it was a name given to us by our Guru. Now slowly we are getting awakened that it stands for, it is the name of, you call somebody, by name. That is how we identify him. So here the Nama chanting is the name is given to him, for him. I am chanting the name of God. Just like in the Vyavaharic sense, the name of the person is so intimate. We will not say so-and-so's mind, intellect, body is what, He is so-and-so is here, so-and-so is present. The name immediately, stands for the wholesome, the entire personality. Body, mind, intellect, equipment, his behavior, his character, his attitude, his service, everything is encapsulated in that name. We don't have to differentiate. Even the name immediately connects us to his parents. Name connects us where he is working. What is everything, that name immediately does the job. Such a powerful thing is that name. Though it is a label pasted on our body after we came. But after that it has become so powerful that it answers everything as far as that individual is concerned. With that background, when we approach this also, whom we aspire to see is within us, and that the name we repeat is His name, God's name. Wow. Very easy to say all these things. Yes. He says, are you not doing it in Vyavahara? How quickly you pick up so it is possible, It is possible in the outer world. Why don't you try it in the inner? We are not applied our mind so. Chanting, okay, we also chant. But the name is, we are chanting, we repeat his name, that word. That has not gone deep into us. Because from childhood onwards, we have been told to chant, that's all. That's how the mind chants. Yesterday evening, small children, they chanted. They may not know anything. That is how you and I started chanting. At home in some form, whether this name or that name, we start chanting. Automatically it comes at that particular time. So that is, we are all struggling because this was not given to us at the time of trying to understand. At the time of chanting, nobody will be able to understand. But as we keep on chanting, the purpose of chanting is made known. And then how am I to reach that purpose? Then all these things will come one by one. So now, having traveled for so many decades now, and having practiced for so many, now the time has come for us to add quality, And in our case, one more this thing is that Puja Mataji in the late 70s made a sankalpa of 15,500 crore Nam Jape. So a count is there. Mataji wanted everybody to chant so that everybody will become peaceful. It will be radiated to that individual, in and around him, peace. So she coined the word 15,500 crore Namada Yajna for world peace. Individual peace will lead to collective peace. But she added, because she knows our weakness, that as soon as we come here and go, when she says something, we have reverence for her, we will do it. But when we are back to our field, we will lose that intensity. It won't be regular. So she fixed the target. So that we will fix a target for ourselves. 2 malas, 5 malas, 10 malas. Unknowingly, our concentration got shifted to the point. How all these dimensions will come? When we keep on doing it, we get this doubt. We have seen many people coming to Puja Swamiji and asking these questions. Many devotees write to us. They will also know those who are gone through Papa does not give any importance for counting at all. He says it will distract your attention. So here we are in a dilemma. Papa says it will distract our attention. Puja Mataji wants this one also. Then we found out there is a rationale behind Mataji telling us. So we will say, for Mataji Sankalpa, you chant and count. It is not going to be a downpulling activity. Maybe you are concentrating on the count, okay, 5 manas. The rest of the chanting need not be counted on. So we are satisfying both. Sentimentally we are satisfied. Mataji is also here. Ultimately the purpose is same. To somehow get a glimpse into the peace eternal which is within us. And when we get the peace eternal, when we are influenced slowly, when the influence of the peace within us is reflected in our thoughts, words and deeds, naturally it will be beneficial to others. It will never do any harm to anybody. Spreading the love, spreading the peace. So now he wants to add, because the devotee with all this, he still struggles like all of us. So we are asking certain questions to him. Then he says that when you actually chant, you are chanting the name of one. No, that is not the real respect. The God whom we aspire to see is within us, and that the name we repeat is His name. The long sentence. The association with God is there mentally, and it grows into an experience when we actually feel His presence. By constantly hammering into the mind that God whom we aspire to see is within us, and that the name we repeat is His name. The object of repeating the name is to purify the mind, get the awareness of Him within us. I have to keep on reading this. Again we forget. Object of repeating the name is to purify the mind, and thereby get the awareness of Him within us. God then becomes not a matter of mere intellectual acceptance, but an object of intimate and close experience. Because our communion with Him through the name becomes so perfect that gradually we lose the distinction between ourselves and Him, and freed from all desires and outgoing tendencies, find union with Him. We then realize that the light of God is nothing but the light that comes from our own soul. Actually, when the light dawns on us, we cannot but see Him everywhere. We can only see Him. As we become aware of Him within us, we become conscious of Him without us also. We feel His presence everywhere. We see a strong and all-pervading light, wherein all beings and creatures seem to be so many bubbles, appearing, disappearing. Papa is not allowing us to go to the next page. No? Because intellectual grasping, though it is necessary, it is not the end. When we have taken Nama chanting as the mainstay of sadhana, it is absolutely necessary that we should know it. Previously we thought for gaining something, we used to chant. That Papa wrote it out only for realizing it. So what are the conditions? What are the types of chanting? And what should be how to control the mind to go along with the chanting? And then chanting is for exclusive remembrance. And then when we hear all these things, we intellectually digest. But it should be translated into our very life. Intellectual knowledge should pave the way for experiential knowledge. So that is how today he made us to repeat the whole thing again and again and again. So that it gets rooted in us, imprinted in us. That when we chant, we start slowly enjoying His presence, His nearness. You would say that you start feeling His nearness first. And then, with all His background which Papa is giving us, we may fail, we may forget. But again we try. This Sakshi, witness consciousness, the power, peace, splendor, wisdom. The Japa stands for His name. Ramnam stands for His name. So when we say a particular person, we complete, there is a comprehensive biodata about him. Instantly the mind gets all the biodata. Similarly, when we know that Ramnam stands for God, the entire biodata, we should be able to mentally bring it. That is called attributes. So these are some of the positive points which he gives us today to make our chanting more and more effective, so that the nearness presence here of God is slowly, gradually set. Very well. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram,